Good girl. Oh, she doesn't even care. I don't know if you guys see this, but yesterday we had one heck of a nasty ice storm. Look at all this ice. It got plus 10 temperatures, everything melted. My entire driveway was a massive sheet of ice, and then it turned to negative temperatures. Everything froze and it turned into raining ice storms. But that's not what this video is about. Look at all this is ice. Look at all the water here. All this is full. Oh. But that's not what this video is about. What this video is about is a little bit of a dilemma that I'm facing now. Here is the dilemma. It's about the Fusion and about where I'm gonna run it. So you guys ready? So I can bring this Fusion to the derby I want to go to. And if you guys haven't noticed, I did a really, really cool paint job on this. I'm joking. But here's the downside. The rules state that any 4-cylinder or V6 under the wheelbase of 106.5 is mini car. Or any car with a wheelbase of 106.5 and more, which is V6 or V8, is a full size. So that puts this car into a dilemma. How I said that's kind of weird, so I'm going to open the rules up and show you guys. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but as you can see right here, where's my finger? Right here, for Mini Smash, it says cars of a wheelbase of 106.5 or less are mini car, and it says full-size cars. Full-size car is 107 or more, but as you see, it says 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, and full-size. It does not say anything about 4-cylinder, but mini car says any 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder under this wheelbase. So I'm not really sure how this is going to work for me. I've called the promoter and he's told me that this is full size because it's a factory 4-cylinder with a wheelbase of 107. Now he also told me that these rules are set up for 4-cylinder Luminas. Now 4-cylinder Luminas here in Ontario are pretty much an extinct species, but we will see. So here's the dilemma that I'm talking about. If I bring this car and he makes me run full size, that means I'm going to be going against Crown Vics, full-size Chevys, basically any vehicle that has a wheelbase of 106 or more that is 1980s and newer. Now I'm going to be against like Impalas and newer Impalas, like 2000s, 90s. I'm going to be against Luminas, Intrepids. Not a lot of full-size left here in Ontario, but there will probably be 1 or 2 full-size Crown Vics that go there. But what I'm saying is, if I bring this, and he makes me run full-size, that's not really what I built this car for. I built this car to run mini car, and that's why I spent so long trying to get a Fusion, because I wanted to make sure the Fusion I got had a 4-cylinder motor in it. If I had have looked into the future and kind of read this a little bit differently, I wouldn't have cared. I would have bought a Fusion with a V6 in it, but I didn't. I spent the extra time to make sure I got a Fusion with a 4-cylinder. Now, I could run this in full size and there'd be nothing but front-wheel drive V6s there, and I could get destroyed by aluminum. But then, what happens if I run it mini and I go in there and I get destroyed by a Camry? No matter what, I'm probably going to get destroyed in this car, but so this is the dilemma I'm at. Do I bring this car and risk running full size with it, or do I go there and by chance no other full size show up, like if only 2 full size show up that are like this one and say like a Ford Contour with a V6, they have a wheelbase of 106.5 and or Mercury Mystique for a lot of you guys that like Mercuries, but they come with a V6. For example, a Honda Accord Wagon 95, that's got a wheelbase of 106.9, but they only come with 4 cylinders. So that would have to run full size as well. But if cars like that showed up, I might be moved down to full size, or they might make a, down to mini, or they might put me into full size with those cars. I definitely don't want to drive an hour and a half away from my house to be told that there's not enough cars for me to be able to run this car. That is one thing I don't want to do. And I don't want to go there and pay my entry fee, which I think is $60 and only be able to run against 2 other cars. I definitely don't want to be doing that. That's why I like to stay to minis, because a lot of the full-size events around me are like 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of cars show up. But if you do mini cars, usually there's a good 10 to 12 cars that show. So here's my option. This car is built to this company's rules, and it will pass their tech. It's actually way underneath their rules. But I might have to run full size. But there's a different option. Let's go check that out. I still have this Camry tucked away. This car has passed that company's rules twice. So I'm not scared of this thing failing tech. The wife ran this in figure 8, where she won her figure 8 heat. And then I took it into mini smash and lost steering very quickly on. And I ended up getting second with no steering. And then I ended up taking it to Aaron, and I won my heat and I won my feature in this car. It still has a lot of life left into it, but this one here is just a Camry, and I know you guys want to see the Fusion go, right? So here's my question. Do I risk bringing the Fusion and running it full size, or do I just play the safe bet and bring a Camry that's got a Mazda 3 bumper onto it, 0 plates? Actually, you know what? Because the frame does have a bend mark here in the frame, I can put a patch right here. So, I don't know. This is where it's getting to the point where maybe I should ask you guys for some advice. So do I bring the Fusion and run it full size, or do I bring a Camry and run it mini? What do you guys think I should do? But if I'm going to run this car, I'm going to put some plates on the frame right here, because the rules state I'm actually allowed to have 8 plates on the frame rails at bends. But how I'm seeing it is I have one here, I have one here, and I have one on the inside that I can put, because I'm only allowed to put plates on where the frame is actually bent. And then this side here, I'm going to put one right here, because it is starting to bend. All this one really needs is a looped radiator hose and a battery, and I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna, maybe some tires, and she might just drive right out of here no problem. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have a couple of days to figure it out, so leave it down in the comments what you guys would like me to do. If you want me to go wreck the Fusion, tell me to go wreck the Fusion. If you want me to fix up this turd, tell me to fix up this turd. The only advantage of doing this car is, excuse me, if I destroy this car, which it probably will be destroyed because this will be Derby number 3 on a stock car, I can take this motor out and put it into a different car. So if I take that car and the motor's still good but the body dies, I can take that motor and put it into this Lexus, because this has a V6 with the transmission burnt out of it. It is the same as a Camry, and it will all bolt together, but that could be an advantage of me getting a motor out to do a little bit more work. So leave me a comment, guys. Tell me what you think I should do, and thanks for watching. I'll see you back here tomorrow.